often tell me, your eyes are so beautiful. Blue eyes are so beautiful. And my eyes are just brown. Excuse me? You're obviously not looking hard enough. I've seen eyes that were milky hazelnut. Eyes colored like cherry or mahogany wood. Eyes swirling with deep, dark pancake syrup, like fresh rainforest earth, or the dewy mud that brings clover. I've seen eyes that were chocolate, and eyes that were dark chocolate, like 80% dark, delicious chocolate. How about that? Your brown eyes can be so rich with color. They look like they're full of secrets, but when they are cut through by the sun, they light up like the wood of an acoustic guitar. Your brown eyes are rhythmic. When you look closely, you have a tinge around the iris made of purple smoke. If you have brown eyes, all I'm saying is, look closer. You might be surprised. I'll just put my hand on my heart when I'm done. You can feel it. Because everyone I meet, often mentions who my eyes are. And it's funny and ironic because I just can't see it. Because I'm using my eyes to look. And because it's the primary thing that people bother to comment on, sometimes I wonder, am I just a pair of pretty eyes? Is that, what I'm worth? And already preparing myself for the days when, strangers don't randomly tell me that I'm beautiful, when I no longer have any sex appeal, and when my face looks like a foot that's been in a jacuzzi too long. But I'm still very arrogant, when people say, like, this is what happens when you get older. You try to transfer those rights of getting older to me. I'm like, that's not going to happen. But my spiritual journey has taught me, and is continuing to teach me, not to identify with my body, and not to build my world around impermanent things. So that's what this next poem is about, called Body and Soul. If everything goes right, I'll most certainly get ugly with old age. My body will start to fail, my mind will slow down, and the image of who I was will break. Truthfully, I'm afraid of what will happen then, but I'm kind of thrilled by what could happen next. Because losing these things could teach me that I am not the shape of my body, or the sound of my tongue. Even if it sounds naive to say this, I am starlight, meant to shine with the sun. But for today, I am in love with my curly hair and my pretty eyes and my skin and my limbs and my life. Eventually, I will have to say goodbye to these things, but when they go, I will try not to be sad. They were so lovely when they were here. In the end, they were not me. Never confusing the light for the lamp. I'll still dance with my body until it is dark.
Beautiful.
This I wrote for this event. It's called Heritage Fields. It's my current thoughts about culture. Culture is like a bumblebee, and humans are flowers in an open field. It rides the wings of time, visiting each of us every day. And we are pollinated with ideas, stories, food, language, and art. We become such unique flowers. But people get so obsessed with these flower patches and the idea of borders between my flower field and yours. They mistake the flower for culture and do not see the bee, which carries the lush dust of an interconnected humanity. You are not being asked to bring the roots from where you grow. No matter what you do, the field will sprout something new each season. Face the sun and smile. Culture makes us shine with dewdrops when we discover what is new, or wither with tension when we encounter the unfamiliar. But we are still a beautiful field. A landscape of wonder where you can always hear the persistent buzzing of bees. The bee brought you here, and will carry you far away. So, this kind of a fault in our conception of culture. And I'm just going to read this passage. So, after the agricultural revolution, human societies grew ever larger and more complex, while the imagined constructs sustaining the social order also became more elaborate. Myths and fictions accustomed people, nearly from the moment of birth, to think in certain ways, to behave in accordance with certain standards, to want certain things, to observe certain rules. They thereby created artificial instincts that enabled millions of strangers to cooperate effectively. This network of artificial instincts is called culture. So during the first half of the 20th century, scholars taught that every culture was complete and harmonious, possessing an unchanging essence that defined it for all time. Each human group had its own worldview that ran as smoothly as the planets going around the sun. In this view, cultures left their own devices did not change. Only a force applied from outside could change them. Anthropologists, historians, and politicians thus referred to Samoan culture or Tasmanian culture as if the same beliefs and norms and values had characterized Samoans and Tasmanians from time immemorial. Today, most scholars of culture have concluded that the opposite is true. Every culture has its typical beliefs, norms, and values, but these are in constant flux. The culture may transform itself in response to changes in its environment or through interaction with neighboring cultures. But cultures also undergo transitions due to their own internal dynamics. Even a completely isolated culture, existing in an ecologically stable environment, cannot avoid change. Unlike the laws of physics, which are free from inconsistencies, every man-made order is packed with internal contradictions. Cultures are constantly trying to reconcile these contradictions, and this process fuels change. I think it's important to not see ourselves as static. I think it's important to see ourselves as dynamic and absorbing things from other people and cross-pollinating each other. But also this, I feel psychologically that this obsession with purity is the exact thing that causes so much strife. Psychologically, the only way to bring contempt of racism is to convince one group of people that the other is somehow polluting the society or threatening in a way. So this societal obsession with purity has deep evolutionary roots. And I think it's a problem when it comes to inequity. We don't understand the living, breathing, blended fabric of humanity. And culture is always evolving. It can't be captured and preserved forever. Culture as an experience is the era that you're living in and the fruits of interactions, just like people dominating each other. This is culture. Right? We are culture. This is us. Those are my thoughts on that. And that leads into a poem called The Journey from the Space of the Mind to the Fate of the Heart. The more I learn, the less I know. Death of the ego can trigger a spiritual depression, where all you think about is space, dust, and eternity. And it's too easy to see this loss of self as a crisis. When you can't identify with an external validation, it can be confused for meaninglessness. But let's be more. Let's be more open to feeling raw like Turkish figs dropped from the tree that rest scattered on the grassy earth, with dewy hearts, open to life, and our ripening souls. This is called Becoming Yourself. Do you ever feel like a blueprint? It's not a building yet. All these plans laid out for a bright future are just blocking you from being in the present. Do you ever feel like a building doesn't have a blueprint? There's all these structures around you that create you, but you haven't found a reason yet? You have to be okay with what is and what isn't. You have to understand the appropriate time for demolition, which is Almost never. There is more power in radical embrace and leaning into the discomfort instead of running away. Build slowly. Trust every breath. And step back sometimes to admire the work that you've done.
So much, Nicole. Now we're going to pause for a 10 to 15 minute intermission. Now during this, you are more than welcome to greet and mingle and take pictures and photos with the performers from so far that you saw from today. And mingle with each other. You all are too beautiful from this end. I'm sure you feel the same look into each other's eyes. Let's give Nicole another hand and enjoy this intermission.